All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maurice, beginner day trader. My goal is to reach up to $25,000 so I can start doing a margin account and have unlimited trades and hopefully make that, for income. And I'm starting out on the cash account on Thinkorswim. So right now I'm pretty stoked. Today was pretty good. June 4th, my connection came in for my to connect my laptop to my iPhone 16 camera. So things should look crystal clear. I love how it looks. I feel pretty good, and we'll get right into it. So first trade of the day is STSS popped up around 7:15. News came out 7, but I didn't know how to act if that news was good. The volume wasn't there yet. Flow was really good, and I liked it. So it popped up right here, 7:14, pulled back. I tried to get in around $4. I really tried, but it could not get filled. So I was like, okay. Pulled back, went up, pulled back. I got in with a price of 559 and then 567. So you can see my quantity of shares did not fill in completely at that one price. That's how quick things were moving. I wasn't able to get quick execution, and that's because of the brokers. So other brokers, I know Lightspeed, Ross does use a lot of Lightspeed, or he uses Lightspeed mainly, and there's faster execution. With Thinkorswim, there's a bit of a delay, but hey, that has not limited my ability to make money, so I am not complaining. If I end up getting to that point, I will transition, but right now I'm completely fine with Thinkorswim. I don't use DOS Trader. I will end up using DOS Trader when I make a lot more money, just because I know you're able to execute more shares. With DOS Trader, there's a bit more functions, and then there's hotkeys as well. Pre-market, there are no hotkeys for Thinkorswim, but we're okay. I'm clicking the ask, and that's how I get in, and then I sell the bid. So I'm doing a lot of clicking. If I'm at the open, then sometimes I'll do market order, but I like limit orders. So I want to get in where I want to and sell where I want to. I don't want the market to do that for me. So 559, 567, and I got out around 638. So gets refreshed. So we'll go all the way to the beginning of the morning, and I got in for a pretty good winner. This was pretty big on the day already, $73. I mean, I'll take that. I was already within not even 5 minutes. I already made $70. So I got in somewhere around here, and it squeezed up. I sold close to the top of this candle, and then I couldn't take any more trades. Now this does put my account over $1,000, which is really good. I'm back to close to all-time highs since the last 2 months. But even if I wanted to take another trade, I wouldn't have taken another trade, and here's why. So as I'm looking at this was the best move. This first half right here was the best move that anyone could have gotten in. Yeah, maybe if I had enough, a small dip here would have been fine. This is still good. So it went up. There's a lot of tops, a lot of top here. The worst, when I see a lot of tops, I gotta be careful, because I don't want to get filled in high and then have it just. What happened? Anyways, we'll go back here. No worries. Anyways, I'm very cautious when it comes to a lot of top and tails. I don't want to get filled in at the very top, just to have it flush down and put me through a roller coaster loop in my head and be like, damn, what did I do something wrong? What's going on? I really want to wait for a proper pullback for a better entry. So even if I had the funds to do so, I still would not have gotten over here. I would have taken my money off the table and move on. That's the type of model I'm going with. I don't want to overstay my welcome. First 2 days, I like to take my base hits. Monday, I took a base hit. Tuesday, I took a base hit. Today, I think was pretty good. These are the days I want to be looking for, and obviously more, but I'm okay with these days. And then around 2 minutes later, it started to unwind, and really, it tried to push a little bit higher. If I were to take a trade, what I would be looking for is a break over the new highs, which is around 750. It didn't do that. It rejected once, twice, 3 times, flushed below VWAP. This could be a good spot to possibly take a dip trade. 718. So 718 on this scanner. Maybe. MACD is still positive, so yeah, there's still some hope. You could have got in, say at the bottom of this candle, $5.90, $6, sold. It still would have been really good. On the 10-second chart, getting in around 570, 580, selling at the top of this candle. That's still really good. That's a really big move. That's almost $1 a share. That's not a bad move to take. I likely would have taken that move, but you know, when you're watching these things in real time, you're like, where should I take a move? Me personally, I would prefer it to really pull back slightly and have a proper reversal. I couldn't tell if this really had a proper reversal. Me saying this, that I would have taken the trade here, it's coulda, woulda, shoulda type of thing. But looking at these types of patterns, you're like, okay, maybe it could break towards the new high. It did top right here, pulled back, broke through this candle, okay, made another topping tail, rejected, another topping tail, rejected, topped it again at 721 and rejected again, broke through this high of this candle, and then topped again around 720. So that was the end of everything. Not everything, but it did pull back for another temp. That's like 4 times it's tried to break this new high. So this is very you could be stuck here. You're like, you could get out, get a stop loss, and watch it go up. Just playing with a lot of emotions. I think it's very careful. You gotta just know what you're trading and trade it cautiously. Anytime this could flush. These are really big swings. I mean, look at this. Say you would have thought here, but you wouldn't trade here because you see it's diverging. So I wouldn't trade that. But if you didn't see that and you got in here and boom, you flushed. Already like almost over $1. Sure, you're down already by a lot. And you can't bet that this will recover all of it. I mean, yeah, it did break towards a new high, but it didn't make a parabolic move. When we're trying to break towards these new highs, what I'm looking for, if I did have the funds to trade, to make it more parabolic, breaking 8, 850, 9, things that's happening quickly. It can happen, but as time goes on, you see the stock starts unwinding. Maybe it open recovers, but now, dude, it starts unwinding here. And then you look at the 1 minute chart, and it's weak. They had some pullback momentum here. This wouldn't have been a bad idea to trade, but still not the strongest move. Fine, that was first trade of the day. I'm all right. Second trade of the day. This is where I started to get a bit cautious. I did have enough money, around like $400, close to $500 to trade left. I was like, okay, let's see how careful we can be with the rest of our funds and see if we can push just a little bit higher. Luckily, I was able to, but I had a problem with this stock. BON, it's Chinese stock. I don't really favor Chinese stocks. Chinese stocks are very, very volatile, but also you can't really tell what's going to go on just because there's a lot of manipulation. And I've had personal experience with these Chinese stocks where it just goes up a crazy amount and then just swings back down like you've never seen before, and it's not fun. So let's look at my trade. So I tried to get in around 215. 215, that was my entry price. This was around 724, so close to the bottom of the hour, close to half of the hour. And this, I started to see it pop up. I was like, okay, it's a low float, which is not bad. I don't think this had news. This really didn't have news. So this was kind of a B quality setup. It missed the one criteria. It did have news yesterday that they had a repurchase program. So that's what I looked at. And I was like, okay, this is 1 million share repurchase program. Typically, it's bullish. They're buying their shares. So, I mean, the price will go up. A lot of demand prices can go up. Supply is going to go low because all of these repurchase programs. So, there's going to be less shares on the market. So, 724, I got in here a little bit high. So that's what I mean. 215, 724. I got in at this candle, at the top of this candle actually. So this is what I mean. With the topping candles that whip really high, you have to be careful. I have to be a bit careful about getting an entry, better entry, because I could wait till it pulls back a little bit, get in better at 204 and sell here 211, 215. Would have gone a little bit more. I only got $3 off the trade. I honestly my decision was, I don't think this was the best decision to take. I feel like I got lucky on this trade because I was down for like $10. I was about to stop out, and then all of a sudden it whips back up, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just sell to. Let's see, I got out at 219. So I was holding for a little bit, where it ended up going 219 here. And then after that, it topped for this half hour or before 4:30 a.m. and it sunk down. And here's the thing with the Chinese stock. So watch this. Ready? Look at that. What the hell? Like, how can you tell? You can't predict these. Like, when things are A quality setup stocks, they meet all the 5 criteria, you're going to be able to predict it pretty well on the candlestick chart. But Chinese stocks are a little bit different. Look at this. Like, how can you predict this would have just gone up in one single candle? You're just waiting around. And then that's not all. Look at this. Boom. 752 at 8. It's already like passing the new the high of this candle. So it's just choppy, and then it unwinded again, and then it just died. So that's my problem with the Chinese stock. I knew what I was risking. I was being a little bit careful. I only traded 100 shares. That's my typical size, 100 shares. If I trade any more, I'm a little bit overstepping my boundary. But with the cheaper stocks, I can tolerate it more. But with more expensive stocks like STSS, I have to be a bit careful just because they're bigger trades, and typically they are, usually for me, since I don't have a big account size, I'm afraid like, oh, this is my only one chance. If I mess up, I'm done for the night, for the morning, and I'm going to go back to sleep pretty angry. And I don't want that. And it's going to affect the rest of my day. So I try to avoid that. There was another one on the scanner that I was looking at. Let's see if we can find it. And I will explain why I didn't take this trade. I think it was NCEW. So I know Ross, in his recent episode, he did trade NCEW. But I'm going to tell you my problem with this stock, why I didn't feel comfortable trading it. And it was, for one reason, it was choppy. It just had too many rejections. This was, right here. I felt that there wasn't, to me, I didn't feel it was safe. And this was before I took my first trade on STSS. I was looking at this. I was like, can I manage my risk on this? What am I able to do? I looked at this. The volume was was pretty high, but then right here it flushed. Then it popped back up, and then it flushed. Popped back up, flush, up, flush. Like, to me, I didn't want to take the risk of, okay, if this just flushes and dies out at these levels below the 200 EMA and VWAP, I'd be pissed. But it kept going, and then flushed, went up, micro pullback, went up again. Then this is pretty big candle. It was half of the volume was half of this green candle. And look at just these tops, top. It's like, that to me, I don't really like, and these are smaller moves. Yeah, this is 50-cent move, 60-cent move. This was not bad, but first trade of the day, I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to risk anything. When I have more money, I'm going to put a bit more risk on the line and just be a bit more cautious too. I can't get over my head too much, because that's gonna give me losses. So I have to stay, calm, humble, and not get ahead of myself. Because once I do, man, it's game over, and you'll be pissed. I'll be pissed. And it topped around here, so that's why I didn't trade NCW. And then let's look at where we're at for the week. This was a pretty easy morning, not as stressful. There have been days where I've been super stressed. I'm like, shit, can't get anything. But 169 on the week, almost 170. So I'm really happy with this. I already beat my record from May and April. Now I have to add on to this and keep it consistent. So tomorrow morning, I found out that on Thursdays usually are not the best days for me. I don't know why. Thursdays. We'll go over my metrics. I think my metrics have improved, but I know for a while Thursdays were like, they just came around, and I would lose the most on Thursdays. So I'm gonna be careful tomorrow. Let's not get ahead. We'll go slow. Small base hit. I'm okay with a small base hit. $30. Give me $30, $40, $20. I'm okay. I'll take that. Just no red. But yeah, today was a good day. We're increasing our gains, and we'll keep it consistent. And then hopefully we'll get to a point where we can take advantage of other trades for the day. I know there are other stocks that made really big moves, but sometimes you can't really catch them all. So you gotta choose wisely and just be patient and be disciplined. All right, thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys had a good June 4th. June's looking good, strong momentum. Ross made already over 400K throughout the entire week. He's really good. Check his videos, learn from him, see how an expert does it, and just use me as some sort of inspiration. If you want to start day trading, you can use me as an inspiration. I want to be proof that I can start from the bottom and work my way up, and I have full belief that I can do that. And at some point, this will become income, and I can live a bit more comfortable in my life goals. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, I can get these videos out a little bit sooner. I typically work in the morning, so I wake up, trade, go back to sleep, get ready to go to work, eat, and I work all day. I work at a doctor's office, and then I come back, I make these videos, and then usually I go exercise. I do judo. I've been doing that for 15 years, but just a little bit of a little summary of what goes on in my day-to-day life, and then eventually sometimes I'll play video games or go out with friends. But yeah, good luck. Hopefully everyone has a good day tomorrow. Take care.